we thought we would go live and we'll see how things go. At the end of the day, it's we do have our own. We do have our own. Wanted to try and make sure the settings for the sound are okay. At the minute, they're still going up and down. I'm just a little bit worried that that's gone back down again for some strange reason. Bloody has as well. That's a bit better. Right, okay. It did go down. It went down to 16 again, just to piss me off. We are going to go around. We're going live mainly because I actually find this quite good. We've got a game ourselves, Rotherham. We have got a live score app, so we might go with the live score as well. So we'll try and get our live score up and running. Ice up there, that's why. So we will be trundling away. We're going to pull up the app for that one. So we're going to enjoy, even if nobody turns up, we shall be doing a fair bit of chundering around because the app's a little bit different. What do we think? Bolton versus... Now, yeah. So it's been quite interesting, really, hasn't it? I may have to change this as... I didn't get told it had been cancelled. Was it being cancelled? When it lets me in, we'll have a look at the games today. So I get it from Sky, and Sky would know if it's being cancelled. Oh, it's 7:45. Right, okay. Very strange. It's not on the. It's not on my listings yet, but we shall have to wait and see. So we've got Wycombe Barnsley. We go from the bottom. Wycombe Barnsley. Yeah, that's. We're going bottom up today. Wycombe Barnsley. What do we expect, Wycombe Barnsley? I think that's going to be quite a tight game, really. Wycombe up there, quite consistent. They have a bit of a drop off, really. I would say it's a drop off. It's not really a drop off if you're a supporter of all the other teams, is it? They're not really dropping off. They're not losing many. They have an occasional draw, which for them is a drop off. Barnsley, however, have had a drop off. A little bit worried about Barnsley. At the minute, it's even money for Wycombe. It's 12-5 for Barnsley. Gonna be interesting, this one. I think it's one of those games it's going to be difficult to call. I think Barnsley need to do better. And I think they will. I've gone for a 1-1 draw. I think it could... it depends how Barnsley come out. Will Barnsley come out? Will they play well? Of late, they've been sort of a bit hit and miss. Then we've got Wrexham versus Stevenage. Now, Stevenage have been playing really well. And recently quite well as well. So Wrexham will have they've just been a little bit jittery of late. The last two games not really playing very well at all from their standard anyway. They played well against Birmingham though, didn't they? However, they couldn't break them down, even though Birmingham had got so many injuries. So that's the sort of downside for me from that game for Wrexham. I think Wrexham will win it. I think Wrexham will win it. It's going to be interesting, and we're going to see that. So, if you've got a team you particularly want, we can go to their lineup if you want. We'll do that for Rotherham. We don't mind. Why not? So, lineups for Rotherham: Phillips in goal. We've got Adolphin, Rafferty, James, Zach Jules. We've got McDonald in. We've got Humphreys, Grant, Powell, Sibley, Green and Wilkes. So Green is in, Sibley, Wilkes. That should be a decent front line. And we have Nombe on the bench. On the Cambridge side, we have Stevens in goal, Okadina, Watts, Morrison, Andrew, Brophy, Cousins, Bennett, Kachunga, Stokes and Loft. So who would I be worried about in there? Probably, I don't know, that midfield is actually quite, the midfield is quite strong. It's going to be interesting to see that one. So I think Rotherham will win. Well, actually, I wanted to have a look because they'd actually got on loan. Or is it only just on loan? Let's have a look. They've actually put a song, the ex-Rotherham guy, in their substitutes. So that'll be interesting because I thought a song would score first. He's not going to score from the substitutes bench, is he? That's interesting. We've got Peterborough, Wigan. We've got Stockport versus Shrewsbury. Now I think this one could be the odd one. Shrewsbury can and have done some pretty amazing get out of jail free cards, haven't they? They won against it was them that won against Birmingham, wasn't it? First winner against Birmingham. And they've been doing things like that all the way through the season. One or two little reminders that they can actually play good football. Peterborough, Wigan, another one where both teams really want to do well here. Wigan have had a smacking good January window, really have. Mansfield, Crawley, should be Mansfield, shouldn't it? Really, should be, could be, would be. I hope. When my friend Roy comes on, hopefully he will come. If he does come on, we'll be watching that with him. Lincoln, Blackpool. Again, that's another strange one. Lincoln did so well at the beginning, and then they seem to just filter off a bit and not quite as good as what they were in those first 6 weeks. And the match started. Yes, great. Match started on time for Rotherham. So we'll go to the latest. We'll go to the live score. We've also got Charlton versus Bristol Rovers. I think Charlton have started turning a corner now, and I think you will start to see a little bit of an improved return to how technical they were at the beginning. Orient, I think, will continue their amazing change, and I think Exeter are going to find it really tough. Burton Albion versus Reading. Burton Albion slaughtered us last week. Will they continue? Probably will. Bolton versus Northampton, and then we've got at the top Portsmouth versus Millwall. We are going to go. We can go to many of them. We're actually going to go Portsmouth Millwall. We're actually going to go Portsmouth Millwall for a while, and we will play that one.
By Liam Roberts, who's going to look to get Millwall straight on their way here. Denori to the left-hand side. It's potentially Aaron Collinley. It is the new signing.
So who's going to score first?
Goes for goal, and in the end he puts it high and wide over the crossbar. Dangerous counter-attack. It's myself, Kieran Graham, alongside Dale Rosso. Dale, a quick start to this one.
Yeah, it's been a quick start, and I'm not too surprised that Connolly's come into this game trying to prove himself. Obviously, as you said, there's a new signing. It's not a bad opportunity for him to shoot. It's just
Connolly obviously coming straight into the Portsmouth side. He's going to really want to be up there, isn't he? Like really going for it. And it does sound like he is as well.
Within the back line, Hayden Matthews, 20 years of age.
We've got the Rotherham game. 2 minutes in.
Only just recently joined.
2 minutes and 6 seconds in.
Of the action, he's at centre half today. He just takes his first touches of the game there. Actually, he clears it long. Just looking to get the ball down on the floor, but it's just not going to sit for them as of the moment. 21st in the league on 29 points. Of course, they had an outstanding season last season in League One with John Senior side. They've struggled to adapt to life in the Championship, but the wins have started.
So far, it's been Cambridge that's had the first shot on goal. So it's all Cambridge at the minute. It's all Cambridge at the minute. We go back to the Cambridge are attacking on the left hand side, but Rotherham intercept it. Bolton versus Northampton. Bolton has scored. It's Bolton 1, Northampton 0. That was going to be a difficult one for me. I wasn't quite sure. Bolton probably, but what did I put for that? I had to put 1-0 to Bolton. It's already 1-0 to Bolton, so hell, you know, we'll be looking in at that one. Rotherham have a throw in on the...
Two-man go with Williams, and as I've just said that he's had a lot of attention on him because of his form, the youngster coming through the academy. He might have genuinely just had one of the worst misses I've seen in a long, long time. The young man's got to keep his head up because he has been sensational the last few weeks. Seriously, bright talent. But how has he missed?
I wish I could tell you. The ball's coming from the left-hand side.
A big miss there at the Portsmouth game.
Play, and he just kind of...
The first goal is for Bolton, as Rotherham are finding it really tough. In League 2, we have Chesterfield Bromley. Let's have a look at that one. It's a Bromley throw. It's a Bromley throw.
I mean, he's come through the academy. He's only just recently started playing over maybe the last month or so.
Oh, shot by Bromley, and Bromley are actually on the attack there.
Such confidence at such a young age.
Rotherham had 2 free kicks so far. They haven't done anything with it. The only shot so far has been by Cambridge. So Cambridge are the side to beat down there. Yellow card for Cambridge on 5 minutes then.
Trying to defend him a little bit too much there. He just
Rotherham can take that ball and start attacking. So Rotherham are doing a 4-3. 4-3-3 with a number 10 really. So Sibley is doing a number 10 roll stroke. Almost like a false 9 really. He's in the middle, but he's not really the 9. What have we got for Cambridge? 3-4-3. Wow, we're really hoping to emulate Rotherham's downfall at the weekend, aren't we? We have a goal at Exeter, and it has gone the way we thought it would be. It's Exeter 0, Leighton Orient 1. So we're hopefully you can hear. Yeah, you can hear me. I know you can hear me because I can see it this time. Oh dear! The last time somebody came in, I can't hear you, and then disappeared. I can actually put that right. I do know how to put it right now. Every so often, this app removes the settings for the microphone. And Leighton Orient scored another one. It's now Exeter 0, Leighton Orient 2, and Leighton Orient are flying. They really are dangerous, aren't they? They really are dangerous.
To 2010, so they've got quite a good record in this fixture. Looking to get on the front.
So let's just have a look at the game so far. 7 minutes here on the one we're watching. Portsmouth 0, Millwall nil.
A quick start to this one. We had the early corner in the opening 30 seconds for Portsmouth. We've had one of the biggest chances we'll see all game, probably for Bangura Williams as well, as we see Murphy clipping into
Rotherham United 7 minutes in now. Rotherham nil, Cambridge nil. And Cambridge are at the minute just running the game. So Rotherham not in it so far. We'll go to Bolton versus Wanderers. It's Bolton Wanderers 1, Northampton nil. And Bolton are, yes, they are pushing here.
Yeah, and
George Thomason there with the goal.
In the table that teams are in. You know, both teams need the points to climb the table and secure themselves, at least in this league.
Northampton.
And as we've seen so far,
I thought they might just be able to scrape a 0-0, or a 1-1. But I think at the minute, not looking too good for the Northampton boys. Let's go Burton Reading, and we're expecting this to be a little bit odd because Burton are certainly on the up, aren't they? 7 minutes in here. First chance has gone to Charlie Savage from Burton Albion.
Just a little word on Kramer, the right back for Millwall in this one. A French.
So Burton just starting to edge forward now. Charlton versus Bristol Rovers. Not much in this one. I'd say Bristol Rovers slightly more in it on possession.
Arguably got one of the better
not really massively different, these two teams at the minute. At the minute it's pretty even. Bristol Rovers slightly edging it.
I mean, for Portsmouth, you've just got to try and test them as much as possible.
Exeter versus Leyton Orient, and
into this match now. And
try
and control the ball. I feel like
Abdoulaye scores a second. So 7 minutes, and he's already scored 2, which is
gone down rather theatrically there, but yeah, it's definitely going to be Portsmouth trying to control the ball.
Azil Abdoulaye has scored both goals there. So we have a quick look at how they're going. Leyton Orient do have most of the possession.
A lovely ball to the left-hand side. If he's onside, it's a great ball, but he's not. He just goes a little bit early there.
Exeter now start to attack. Can Exeter get back into this one is the question. They're in the box. They're in the final third. They are getting there. They just can't get the ball across. They need to cross this, they pull back. Burton Albion have now scored against Reading, and Northampton have equalised against Bolton Wanderers. So there we are with that. That's certainly a turn up there. Anything, anywhere else? Yes, Wycombe 0, Barnsley 1, and Barnsley have gone into the lead. And Exeter have a shot on target. That's saved by the goalie and kicked straight back out. And we're starting to heat up now. We have starting to heat up. Barnsley have. Let's see who. Let's see Barnsley's scorer.
Millwall throw. Barnsley have taken the lead away at Wycombe.
Only just gone.
A big game in the promotion race for that one. John Russell grabbing the goal.
Literally, Luke Lee has already got a yellow card on 5 minutes for Barnsley. However, hang on.
Trying to come forward, can't get it.
They've got a yellow on there, but then it's okay.
Stabs it forwards. There's no real confidence there.
So it's for Wycombe Wanderers, but then they put it on the Barnsley side on the on live score.
Puts a nice ball in, but it's too close to the goalkeeper. It's an easy take for Roberts.
Yeah.
So what else have we got?
Coming off the left-hand side, he's looking to give some.
We were looking into League 2. It's Salford 0.
Don't ever want to
Newport County 1, Swindon 0, Tranmere Rovers 1. So there's 2 goals in League 2. Barnsley are winning away at Wycombe as we listen to Portsmouth. Leyton Orient are already 2-0 up. I mean, that's just ridiculous, isn't it? Burton Albion are 1-0 up, and it's Bolton 1, Northampton 1. We're with the Portsmouth game. Literally just down the road down here is Portsmouth.
free kicks and corners, but we also know what he's like
So
defensively.
we have Millwall
doing the same thing there, and Gilby is then
running around the defence at the minute.
Of course, unfortunately for him, does have the big
Well,
moment
Rotherham are attacking down the middle.
12 minutes, and it was the fact that
Just keeping the ball quite nicely at the minute. Just not wanting to push this game too far.
It's something that you'd rather it happen at 0-0 in the first few minutes than at 0-0 in the 90th minute potentially. So there's a lot of time for the young man to make up for his errors, and like I mentioned earlier, he's certainly got the quality to do so.
We're doing okay at the minute.
Ball into Colby Bishop as well to hold it up. This is a nice bit of football from Portsmouth.
Colville now.
Confidence, this type of stuff we've seen them play in League One last season. As we've seen Matt Ritchie now, formerly of Newcastle, returning to his former club at the time, Portsmouth. As we've seen
Portsmouth are certainly on the attack, and they're doing quite a good job of it. I don't want to start ranting because you can hear the. Rotherham on the attack into the box. They just can't let this damn ball. They can't strike. They really are doing well. Shot there, but it's off target. They just couldn't turn and shoot. We'll lead on. So you're listening to Portsmouth Millwall. Cambridge. Cambridge actually started the better side, and then all of a sudden Rotherham decided bugger this, and they've now managed to keep hold of the ball quite nicely.
But he's taken a shot there with 3, maybe even 4 defenders in the way, and it's an easy save by the goalkeeper in the end.
I mean, right up to the 11th minute. 11th minute, Dylan Phillips had to come out for Rotherham and claim the ball as they got straight through the defence. Not looking good. Oh my God! It's another goal at Exeter, and it's a third one for Leyton Orient. It's Exeter 0, Leyton Orient 3, and we're at. Oh my God! We're only 13 minutes in. Charlton 1, Bristol Rovers 0, Burton 1, Reading 0. Rotherham nearly score then, but just not able to get a decent shot off. Bolton 1, Northampton 1. We have Wrexham 0, Stevenage 1. What did I say about Stevenage? I thought Wrexham might win this one. We said 1-0, but I think Stevenage could sort of scupper this side. They still have to gel, remember. They've got 1 or 2 players in. They do have to gel, and it's always an issue, isn't it? Wickham 0, Barnsley 1. They'll be happy about that. Crewe 1, Wimbledon 0. Fleetwood, our friend down there, who's a really good vlogger himself. Fleetwood 1, Walsall 0. Salford City 0, Newport 1. And Swindon 0, Tranmere 1. We're going for a Rotherham goal now. Rotherham are attacking down the right-hand side.
A quick 15 minutes so far, as much as nothing's really happened.
Playing it back. Trying a lot of safe balls from Rotherham, pulling it back. 80% they did have. What they got now?
An area now where it's starting to settle.
79%. So we're starting to pull. Cambridge are pulling that the percentage back again now. So Rotherham will not want to let go of this 83% possession. They're not used to having such possession, to be quite honest. Shoot! Oh no! Goalie gets that one nice and easy. Good break though by Rotherham. Good break indeed.
A lovely ball in behind. That's exactly what I'm talking about with the quality that he does possess. He's better in those tight areas where he can take a man on. He's got the confidence to do so. This is nice play from Millwall. Cooper. Well, it was nice play, and then he forces a long ball to the left-hand side where he could have just maybe played it on the floor to him, and he goes out for a goal.
It's with they've had a shot sort of collected by the goalkeeper. It's going to be a Cambridge goal kick.
A chance on goal,
or goes out to the left, past tipped out by Rotherham on the halfway line, and Cambridge just now taking the time. Midfield defence. Trying to make sure they don't lose the ball, basically. And it's Exeter 0, Leyton Orient 3, and Exeter are not starting very well, are they? We'll go into Mansfield and we'll just watch this as Cambridge have another attack, and they just seem to be so fluent. So easy for him, so easy. Cousins with a flick that falls to Loft, who stabs the ball, but his shot is just off target, and Cambridge are doing well. Cambridge are actually doing quite well.
Sectioned. Brian's still got the ball in hand, not a lot of movement ahead of him.
Cambridge still on the attack.
Connolly back to Brian, looks to whip it in. It's nice play. It's going to come off Matthews.
And I tell you what, Cambridge are not. Rotherham have to clear the lines there, but they're panicking a little bit in defence, and Rotherham don't need to panic like this. It's not.
It's also good defence from Portsmouth.
Pass it into midfield, but they just lose it with a tackle from Cambridge, and Cambridge are looking quite dangerous. Cambridge on I know Cambridge aren't. They're 23% of the ball so far, and they're getting more and more of the ball again. Rotherham need to be able to close this game down and stop it and make it work for them.
The header goes side netting in the end. The Millwall fans behind the goal.
But at the minute, we're not doing very well. Oh, and Rotherham are offside, just inside. Yeah, right near the goal area as well.
I think they rarely work. That one very almost did though.
Yeah,
so Charlton 1, Bristol Rovers 0, Burton 1, Reading 0.
Why it's so high and why it's so lofty almost, because you're giving the defenders the chance to just.
And Stevenage have got a second. It's Wrexham 0, Stevenage 2, Barnsley 0, Wickham 0, Barnsley 1.
A bit of confidence.
Crewe are still winning at Wimbledon. Fleetwood are 2-0 up at home to Walsall. Nothing else, nothing's changed there. Bolton 1, Northampton 1 after an equaliser by Northampton. Ball thrown in there by, kicked in there by Rotherham.
And there's still a chance there. Callum opens it up and goes for goal.
Wilkes loses that one to Cambridge.
It's a decent opportunity, but Millwall just couldn't clear their lines.
Yeah, and this is that stop and start that I was talking about earlier, where we've just seen Millwall have a chance, and again Portsmouth having 2 or 3 shots on goal, and it's come out to a Langley.
It's looking like Portsmouth are just starting to get back into this game. Millwall
it's got it all wrong,
just
basically,
keep letting them in a little bit too much perhaps, but yeah, they do seem to be quite well, but not well enough to break the defence of Portsmouth. Free kick for Rotherham now, just inside the Cambridge half. I don't think they'll go for a long kick. They tend not to. They'll probably try going across the left and then back to the middle and try going down the middle. Let's have a guess at that, I think. Portsmouth are still 0-0. It's Peterborough 1, Wigan 0. Well, the one that I really couldn't tell which way around it was going to be. I went 2-1 to Wigan, but it could be either. I said it could be either way.
Exactly what they think is, of course, the opposite side.
It's Wickham still losing. Wrexham are losing. Birmingham are still a 0-0.
Pretty well. He's not going to ricochet back for him as Tanganga clears it. Ogilvy is in there as well. He's going to get up for it once again up against Bangor Williams. Does well to win the header.
Oh, and Rotherham have it straight across the middle of the goal. But
he's going to put his flag up straight away.
Cambridge grabbed that one.
Yeah, I just expected him to kind of just leave it and let the play go on, but I mean, I think
there was a tussle between a couple of Cambridge players and Rotherham, and Cambridge come out with it.
From Ivanovic, Portsmouth fans watching.
Cambridge swapped to the left.
For them so far, but the wings are starting to find them at the moment.
Swap to the right. They're doing the typical left-right thing, aren't they? But at the minute, Rotherham are looking more dangerous at the minute. Two shots each. Neither of them on target. The best chances have been to Cambridge.
great.
Absolutely. Zach Jules comes in from the left.
Millwall nil. Cromer takes the throw in down the line, headed away by Marlon Pack into a central area. It falls to Callum Lang, who takes a great first touch. Murphy then heads it down.
Callum Lang really has a good first touch, doesn't he? And he often gets those second balls. And he's done it again there. Great touch, bang, get in there, get the ball, and go down.
Bishop loses his footing. It's good defending that from Tanganga. He uses aggression into the back of him. Not too much, though, to foul him, because, of course, you don't want to run the risk of giving away a penalty.
Bocadina now for Cambridge.
Spurs defender was on loan at Millwall last season. They absolutely loved him and signed him on a permanent this summer. See Roberts ready to get his back underway. Boots it long, looking for Ivanovic. Well headed away by Matthew.
Cambridge having another shot.
The end of it.
And this time it's
Lee Roberts is going to come and deal with. I thought Tanganga could have maybe
Rotherham goal kick.
Can only slice it out for
Not looking too good at Rotherham, to be honest. It's looking a bit iffy. Peterborough are winning Wigan. So Peterborough now starting to pull up from the bottom. I think they'll steadily improve. Pretty sure they'll start to steadily improve.
We don't know, but if that was me, I'm clearing that away myself. Because you're the only person you can trust as he gets up and heads it away there.
We get the news of that.
And Ivanovic was going to pick the ball up, but I think there was a foul from Watmore on the Portsmouth midfielder as they play it out to the left-hand side.
So Portsmouth
Murphy
free kick.
up against Kramer here. He goes past him, plays a lovely ball low into the middle, and another chance, absolutely botched. A player coming in on the right-hand side, Richie I think it was, took a second shot, but that first shot, that first chance, I mean, if this goal was 1-1 at this point, and it probably should be, but Portsmouth lost it back.
Oh, don't get me going on that. So we go back to the Portsmouth game.
Brian.
I think it's actually their
challenge from Richie.
The radio station. They're not quite.
There, it's a massive opportunity for Portsmouth to.
It's 3-0 to Leyton Orient. It's 1-1 at Bolton Wanderers Northampton. It's 1-0 to Burton against Reading. 1-0 to Charlton against Bristol Rovers. Exeter 0, Leyton Orient 3, Peterborough 1, Wigan 0. It's Wrexham 0, Stevenage 2. It's Wycombe 0, Barnsley 1. And Huddersfield 0, Birmingham 0. That's 10 minutes in, so that's 15 minutes behind, isn't it? So at the minute, we are
looking to break now as Lang carries the ball forward, kicked
seeing
away
quite
by
a bit of a
Tanganga,
difference.
and Lang's gone down here holding his legs.
The ones we expected to win have started to nibble.
Physical challenge, to say the least.
However, you've got
Tanganga
Wrexham
there,
losing.
I mean,
We've got
as you said,
Barnsley
half you've got to
winning,
do what you've got to do
Wycombe
to get the ball
losing.
away,
Obviously playing each other.
Lang's okay, I'd imagine. This looks maybe a little painful.
At the minute, Huddersfield 0, Birmingham 0. I don't know whether that's going to get a goal. I really don't. It may stay 0-0.
It doesn't make it a foul. I think a lot of people forget sometimes these days, especially officials, that you can make aggressive challenges. You can win the ball. I mean,
any more surprises in there?
Newcastle, Bournemouth, it felt like
well, Peterborough winning Wigan. I thought Wigan would do quite well with their all their new signings. That to me is a surprise. We'll go Mansfield versus Crawley. Let's go Mansfield Crawley. See how it's going.
Yeah, for me you got it right as well. And just to take
oh
you
my
back to that
God! 2 corner kicks to Mansfield, none to Crawley. 1 offside for Mansfield, so they're doing quite well. They have actually had 4 fouls though. Mansfield, so they're a bit heavy on the foot.
Maybe a bit harsh, but football's a contact sport.
They've also had 10 throw-ins to 4 for Mansfield.
Thighs, I guess, but Tanganga gets the ball.
The only decent save, 1 save in the match, and it's been Mansfield to do the save.
The medical team looks after Lang, but
shots on target, 1 to Crawley, none to Mansfield. Actually, we didn't look at the lineups, did we?
What Portsmouth has done as has Murphy, sorry, but
what's that?
Off the pitch now, the referee just making sure He goes all the way off.
We had a red card.
Takes a drink here. He looks okay. He's up.
We had a red card for Mansfield.
Well, I'd imagine it's maybe protocol that they have to check he's all right.
Go and have a look at that.
He can come back on. But we're looking set to restart the game here with a Portsmouth throw on the left-hand side, halfway in.
Oshilaya.
Millwall half. As Gilby
That's strange,
looks set
isn't
to
it?
throw it long, which he does. Kramer, the big man, holding
Oh
on.
no, Oshilaya's come off. That's going to be a blow if he's injured, and Aikens have come on.
As Gilby dries it off once
Yeah,
again.
okay. Oshilaya off. Lucas Aikens on.
Looking comfortable on the ball.
Still 4-9 on favourites
Goes to go past
for Mansfield, but that's going to
to
be a bit of a
push
taking off someone at that point in the game is always going to be slightly difficult, isn't it? Any changes so far? No changes to the scores. Portsmouth 0, Millwall 0, which we're listening to. Mansfield down the left-hand side. They'll probably try crossing it at this point. Usually do when it goes down the left. Trying to get a cross in, but not quite able to. Gets tackled, goes out, but it goes out off a Mansfield player, and it's a Crawley throw-in. Crawley now just managing to stay put, I suppose. Bromley have had a red card. It's Chesterfield 0, Bromley 0. Crew 1, Wimbledon 1. Crew 1, Wimbledon 0.
Yeah, and we can see
Crawley attacking, but Mansfield take it off them. Mansfield down the right hand side. Oh, we pulled it back, and
Millwall having the better opportunity.
Pulls it back again into midfield. And Mansfield are just taking it easy, and they're not wanting to lose the ball stupidly. And they go back down the left hand side, cross it in. Oh, we go straight onto the right hand side. Cross goal again. How many times have you seen that from them?
Cross in from Murphy, header
straight into the corner.
The centre forward there, but cleared away by the Portsmouth
Mansfield
defence as it's recollected on the left hand
so
side.
Stevenage still 2-0 up.
As there was a collision in the centre of the box between Ogilvy and
they've actually got
Ganga.
they got 52% possession as well, which is not too bad, is it?
When he can, and it's unfortunate for Portsmouth that they couldn't get the ball back into the box there. But
28 minutes gone at Mansfield.
Yeah, I think this is his second game right back, and he's had an alright start in terms of the physical battle. I think it's tricky, you just don't want to get too tight to Murphy.
It's a corner now to Mansfield. Did go out for a corner. Mansfield having a corner.
But Murphy's one of those players that he likes to do things quite
He's rolling out a shot, but it's off target, and it'll be a Cambridge goal kick. 0-0 at Portsmouth. That's our Watchalong. And on the other computer, it is Mansfield now having a corner. Oh, comes in, but it's a foul by Mansfield, and it will be a Crawley free kick in their defence, and they'll tap it around. Bit of a wasted corner there by Mansfield. They don't usually kick it long. They usually kick it short, and on that occasion they kicked it long into the box, and we had a foul as it landed. As Rotherham now, there with the Dauphin, Rafferty down the side.
Unfortunately, claims it was headed away by Brian, but I don't think he got a touch on it. It's going to go for a Millwall free goal kick.
With 4 minutes, we had Kachunga, a yellow card for Cambridge.
They've had 5 shots, they've had 1 on target, but
and throw in now for Crawley.
Maybe it is because
it's good. I've got 3 games on the go at the minute. We've got Mansfield Crawley with Crawley attacking now on their left hand side on the just inside the Mansfield half. We've got Rotherham. In that game, I think Mansfield are just about on top, but Crawley have been the only one to have a shot on target. 31 minutes and only 1 shot, and he's gone to Crawley. Mansfield are certainly showing. Well, they've got Lee Gregory and Will Evans. They should really be doing something with this, but obviously he's been injured. Whether he's fully fit is the other question, isn't it?
to Lang, who does well to shield the ball with his body.
And Powell now for Rotherham in the left-hand side, right, and then runs down the corner, crosses it across the goal. It does get pulled up by a Rotherham player, Adolphin, who kicks it in, but the goalkeeper kicks it out. I've gone forward to Rafferty. Rafferty kicks it in, and Green's in the box. No, he can't get it. He just couldn't get a shot off, I don't think. And Rotherham are just starting now to push this game a little bit further, and it looks as as Cambridge kick it out. Oh, bit of a McDonald and Loft tussle there, but Loft kicks it out eventually. Tries passing it. Rotherham throw it in, but to a Cambridge player. Mansfield.
It's the job to make sure that they can't.
We're listening to the Portsmouth game, and the Portsmouth game is actually. Portsmouth are really on top. It's just that they don't seem to be. Every time they get, it's like, how the hell did they miss that? The number of how the hell did they miss that moments that Portsmouth have had is absolutely phenomenal. We have had one or two people in, so do stay, do keep me on in the background. I do tend to just waffle along, unless you actually start talking to me. In which case we'll have a chat about football. I really don't mind. Let's have both. It means I don't have to rant on about the 3 games that we've got. Crawley now attacking down their left-hand side. Crawley, they're getting into the final third for once. They're the only side to have had a shot at target, and it was on target.
Towards the middle of the box, it's ricocheted
both of them had one off target. Now one off target for
the speed that it came at him there, and it's hooked away by.
Blimey, that's a second shot on target by Crawley. And it bounces back out as it's saved, but they pass it back into the defence, try and get it up into midfield. Mansfield intercept that one at probably a brilliant time. Down the left hand side, cross it into the box, cross it into the centre of the box. It's passed it back out again. It went straight in the box and straight out through the other side. And Mansfield, but they kept the ball. And they need to do something with this because, again, we've got Crawley grab the ball, kick it, comes off a Mansfield player, and it's a throw in to Crawley.
Goes the other way, and it's cleared back up to the right hand side.
It's looking quite tight at Mansfield.
To not allow Portsmouth to just
not
dilly-dally on the ball.
Not really.
Still
that
doing their
much, not much of it.
Playing from left to right. It's played through
Swan looks to sweep up a loose ball in the area, but eventually shot was saved by Pim. So we're really Crawley are doing
Hayden, who has plenty of space to walk into, but
the best they can, and it's a Cambridge corner into the box. And two Rotherham players try kicking it out, but Cambridge player manages to get a foot on it. Only as far as Adolphin, who kicks it out again. Only as far as Cousins, who can try and. He's going to kick it back to the goalkeeper for. Go back from the back. Okadina. Loft out on the right hand side. Intercept for Brophy. Crawley are attacking again, and Crawley are shot off target as Cambridge have a shot, and that one goes off target, and James will take that out. Honey, as far as Cousins, for God's sake, do better than that. And Cambridge have a throw in a dangerous place. It's not looking too good there. Let's move out, go up and down the scores. It is Portsmouth 0, Millwall 0. We're listening to that one. Bolton 1, Northampton 1, Burton 1, Reading 0, Charlton 1, Bristol Rovers 0, Exeter still. I thought I was going to change that at Charlton. Exeter 0, Lake Norient 3, Huddersfield 0, Birmingham 0, Lincoln 0, Blackpool 0, Mansfield 0. Crawley 0, as Mansfield have a free kick now in a dangerous position.
halfway line on the left-hand side.
Peterborough 1,
As they
Wigan
look
0.
set to maybe deliver a long ball.
Rotherham
The last
0,
one we seen didn't
Cambridge
quite
0,
make it
but
to
Cambridge
the
are
attacker,
on
so
top at
this
the
one is
minute.
lofted in towards the back
That's
post, picked up
nearly
by
40
Kramer
minutes have been on
as he
top
faces
for
off
Cambridge.
against the Gilvey.
Stockport 0, Shrewsbury 0.
Maybe he is,
Taken
as he
short
beats
by
his man,
Mansfield.
lofts it in with his left foot,
Stockport
headed
0,
down by
Shrewsbury 0,
the
Wrexham
centre
0,
forward, but it's lofted
Stevenage
back
2,
in
and
towards
Wickham
the
0,
centre of the box as
Barnsley 1.
Ivanovic goes down there appealing for a foul. Nothing given by the
Chesterfield
referee
0.
as Schmidt hits it long towards
Shot off
Murphy,
target
but
by
collected
Mansfield.
Tanganga.
Um,
And
Chesterfield
Bishop
0,
headed it
10
back
man
towards
Bromley 0.
Murphy,
Crew
who
1,
is up against two men
Wimbledon
here,
0,
but again,
Fleetwood
another
2,
ball into the
Walsall
middle
0.
that Bishop
Milton
unfortunately
Keynes
can't
1,
get
Huddersfield
touch on. Picked up
Harrogate
by
0.
Potts as a Gilvey
Notts
comes
County
to
1,
collect it before
Carlisle 0.
the Millwall
Salford
players can
0,
get a touch on the
Newport
ball.
1,
And it's
Swindon
recycled out
0,
to the
Tranmere
right-hand
1.
side towards Richie now.
I
Who
give
tries
you
to beat
the
his
League
man,
2
but is
games.
shouldered off of it again, picked up by Bishop. They're doing well to make sure.
What have
that
we got in
Millwall
these
don't get
games?
much time on the ball here,
Portsmouth
but
are doing their best to
collision
win this,
through the
but
middle
they
and
just
Millwall
don't
coming
seem
away
to
with
get
it
any
finally.
quality in the final third.
As Ben
They've been
Williams plays
had
it back
several sort
towards
of
his own
oh my
defence,
god
and
moments.
it
How
goes
on
all the way
earth
to
did you
the
miss
goalkeeper,
that?
actually, who clears it
Rotherham
very
are
long
making a
pitch,
substitution.
but Gilvey heads it
Whether
back
that's
towards
a
the middle,
forced one or not.
collected by the Portsmouth players, but intercepted by Tanganga, who looks to
At the
break
minute,
forward here.
Crawley
Maybe he can set
are
someone free, but he's on this right hand side, the centre half, and he
predominantly
draws the foul
the
well.
better side at the minute.
Very well there to shield the ball, but to strike his tackle in the centre half.
Yeah, it was silly from Bishop. The referee was playing advantage for Bishop, already pulling on his shirt, and then he just goes and bundles him over.
Now Wilkes seems to be going quite well for Rotherham, but just not quite. Just not his day today. He just doesn't seem to be able to.
Between Ivanovic and Swanson now gives him a low touch. It's never a free kick. It was actually Potts.
Humphreys Grant, James.
Penalty, should say. It's Potts up against Ivanovic, and there wasn't too much in it.
No, it looks more like he's tried to break. It looks like the floors maybe come out from underneath him. There's definitely some.
Rather than have a throw in there, quite dangerous
to
position
give a
really if they
penalty,
can
at
get
least
something
in
from
this
it.
stage of the game.
They can do long
A little
throws.
bit more lively now coming into the last 7
but they tend to go
minutes of the
short.
first half. The ball's lofted in. It's a left-footed cross in towards the middle of the box, headed away by Bishop. It seems like he's everywhere. On the
Wait
pitch
for the
today.
Rotherham throw
No,
in.
he is playing up top at number 9. Millwall give a poor foul away. It's against Saville, who
It is short.
just bundles into the back.
Goes
but
back again,
player
gets
into their
kicked
own
out
box
for
and
another throw in,
get
and this
away.
is even more
Get
dangerous.
out of
This
jail
is
free
right
kick.
by the corner flag
Once again, a bit of a waste
for Rotherham. On their right.
Millwall. They've got a lot of big players in this side. All the set pieces, I've seen it all over for many,
We'll
many
probably
years.
do it short like we did. Wilkes just runs into the crosses it, but it's
Yeah,
caught by
Murphy's
the
on this left-hand side. He had
goalkeeper.
a
Parries it,
in an
and
overlapping
but only
position.
parries it as far as Raggett. And Raggett has a shot
Maybe
from
Murphy
God
didn't
knows that
quite
right
see it
outside
the way we saw
the
it,
net and misses
Millwall
it
coming away with
from
it now,
about
and it
2
looks like
yards
Millwall
out.
have the advantage as a lovely ball comes in through the
And,
middle towards
comes in
Ivanovic,
there.
just one-on-one with the goalkeeper, takes a shot with the left side, chipping over the
So-
goalkeeper, Schmidt left flat-footed. It's a lovely pass through the middle towards Ivanovic. Looked like it took a bobble on the way, but he did well to collect the ball. Goes one-on-one against the goalkeeper as he reels away in celebration. Chipped to lovely finish.
Outstanding finish. He said he's had a bit of form coming into this one after scoring last time out. Well, he's at it again. It's a lovely goal
Millwall have
from him.
just scored
It's an
against the
incredible
run of
counter-attack
players. You've
move.
heard
He believes
it's
his foul
Portsmouth
in
0,
the
Millwall
middle.
1.
Millwall are going to do. They're going to be resolute at the back, and they're going to try to hurt you. And it's Bangura Williams down the right-hand side. The ball
Portsmouth
from
0,
Youngster
Millwall
is
1. Who'd have thought
outstanding.
that?
He's
They
got his
were.
third assist
It was
in 3
Portsmouth all the way,
consecutive
but they
games.
just
Well,
weren't getting
young man,
the
well, he had
shots.
that horrific miss at the start of this one. He has made up for
The
it
shots
all
just
right.
weren't
What a
there.
finish though that is from Ivanovic. It's calm, it's composed, it's everything you'd want from your striker.
Early
Getting
sub.
behind. But I mean, credit for the assist by Garrett Williams. What a ball that is! It's 1-0 to the visiting side.
Yeah, the ball through is it's an absolute peach of a ball, and Ivanovic does really well with the finish here, where he opens his body on his right foot, which makes Schmidt, set himself towards that left-hand side.
Rotherham are
Just
making
lofts it
an
over
early substitution.
the flailing goalkeeper, who can't really do too much about it at that point. 1-0 to Millwall, and we saw that they were going to sit
1-0 to Millwall.
maybe play on that
Portsmouth
counter-attack.
0, Millwall 1,
Portsmouth,
and that's not
unfortunately, to not get away
looking
with
too
it
good.
there. 1-0 to Millwall as the ball's played up this left-hand side. Kramer doing well to use that 6'4" frame.
And it's come out a minute because it's just playing up at the minute. Well, we're actually going to swap now. We're going to swap the commentary. We're going to go with my team. I think I'll go with my team. Why not?
30 substitutions, of course, was West Watchalong being substituted by Paolo Di Canio after about 10 minutes in the Swindon Town game all those years ago. Di Canio defending his actions afterwards, but that's a unique or eccentric situation, I think.
So Raggett heads wide, comes back out for a Duffy.
Certainly an unusual one there from Paolo Di Canio. Who's eccentric in his management style.
A Duffy now on the right hand side. I'm trying to find out who the.
Steve Evans will be happy with this first half performance because his side started as you would expect them to be in the ascendancy, seeing a lot
Oh,
of
old McDonald. Alex McDonald's come off. He was injured, so he had a tweak on his hamstring. So he's probably not wanting to really push it if it's started to tweak. Come on, is Sean Raggett. So yeah, we've got Raggett for McDonald. Some people will be a bit disappointed with that. As Rotherham have a throw in, they throw it backwards to Raggett, who loses it to Cousins, and Zach Jules has a bit of a tussle. Zach Jules and Raggett trying to play a 1-2, decide to pass it back to Phillips, and we're not really seeing a great deal from Rotherham.
Very little, in fact, in terms of an attacking threat. Just giving away a free kick for an offside as well as Loft, and just leave that a little bit too far forward.
So Raggett kicks it out straight to Cambridge, who then go offside.
Goal kick with about a minute and a half to go until
Phillips kicking it out. A Duffin now goes across halfway line as Cambridge are sort of just letting us run at them at the minute. Morrison now.
Lincoln 0, Blackpool 1. Goalless between Mansfield and Crawley. Peterborough 1, Wigan 0.
So it's Burton 2, Reading 0, Bolton 1, Northampton 1, Portsmouth 0, Millwall 1, Charlton 2, Bristol Rovers 0. It's Exeter 0, Leyton Orient 4. We're not even up to half time yet. Lincoln 0, Blackpool 1, Mansfield 0, Crawley 0, but Crawley are doing quite well. Peterborough 1, Wigan 0, Rotherham 0, Cambridge 0. God knows how that's staying 0-0. It's Cambridge all the way at the minute. Stockport 1, Shrewsbury 0, Wrexham 0, Stevenage 2, Wickham 0, Barnsley 1, and in the later game, Huddersfield 0, Birmingham 0.
Really going to frustrate Gary Montgomery for his side to
so that's that. In League 2, what have we got? Any changes? Bradford 1, Morecambe 0 is a change. Chesterfield 1, 10-man Bromley 0. Crewe 1, Wimbledon 0. Fleetwood 2, Walsall 0. Grimsby 0, Gillingham 1 is a goal. MK Dons 1, Harrogate 0. Notts County 1 up against Carlisle. Oh, it's now 1-1 Salford.
Oh, it just gets away. That's a really good opportunity, but the ball gets away. It was actually Hakeem Onafin who'd got forward on this occasion.
So Salford 1, Newport 1, and Swindon 0, Tranmere 1.
Credit to him for his running there, but just eluded him. In fact, it's not like he's taken that effort away from anybody else. There was no one else close to that, to getting on the end of that cross.
2-0 Burton, 2-0 Charlton, 4-0 for Leyton Orient. They get away at Exeter. Poor old Exeter seem to be just crumbling away. Oh, Cambridge kicked that one far out, hoping to catch Rotherham off guard, but Zach Jules gathers it, gives it down the right hand side, but Cambridge tackle well there, and Watts can walk away with it.
From Kellen Watts, who does really well, not just to win the ball back, but then he drops his shoulder, gets away from two players before then playing it inside now to Stokes. Kachunga, I'll make the point again, he needs to get a lot more involved into this game, Elias Kachunga.
Quick look at the 1 minute and 7 so far. Extra time at Portsmouth.
has seen enough from this first half. It is goalless at the Seal New York Stadium between Rotherham United and Cambridge United, and I'm back in 15 minutes for second half.
Oh, what a goal by Millwall. Absolutely stupid. Just a total mess up at the back for Portsmouth, and Millwall can just walk it in. Where's the defence? There's two defenders there, two. And the poor goalkeeper's got to think, where the hell am I going to go? Yeah, it was
time
totally
at the New York
ridiculous.
Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United, and Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. Side who really have been excellent.
Oh, what have we got at Huddersfield? Before I go for a drink, it's Huddersfield.
Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real
Birmingham
efforts on
throw in.
target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated in starting but not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances at both sides.
Half-time Rotherham, 0-0.
It's 0-0.
No, nothing happened.
Time at the New
I
York
thought
Stadium,
we were
where
going to
it's
get
goalless
something
between
there.
Rotherham United and Cambridge United, and Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. Side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly
I'm
good on
going
their
for
travels. But
a-
as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious
Ivanovic
opportunities
for
in front of goal.
Millwall.
Real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated in starting but not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and
Gonna
trying
get a
to
drink.
forward,
Have
they've
a
not
nice
created
one.
enough
We
chances.
will
Both
be
sides
back
need to improve in the
soon.
second half. It's 0-0. Half time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United, and Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. Side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated in starting but not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances at both sides. Need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United, and Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. Side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated in starting but not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances at both sides. Need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United, and Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. Side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated in starting but not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances at both sides. Need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United, and Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. Side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated in starting but not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances at both sides. Need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United, and Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. Side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated in starting but not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances at both sides. Need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United, and Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. Side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated in starting but not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances at both sides. Need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United, and Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. Side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated in starting but not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances at both sides. Need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half-time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United. And Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. A side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated at starting well, not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances on both sides. Need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half-time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United. And Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. A side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated at starting well, not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances on both sides. Need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half-time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United. And Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. A side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham... Cambridge, for all the get forward, they've not really created enough chances on both sides. Need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half-time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United. And Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. A side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated at starting well, not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances on both sides. Need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half-time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United. And Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. A side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated at starting well, not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances on both sides. Need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half-time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United. And Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. A side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated at starting well, not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances on both sides. Need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half-time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United. And Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. A side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated at starting well, not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances on both sides. Need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half-time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United. And Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. A side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated at starting well, not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances on both sides. Need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half-time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United. And Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. A side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated at starting well, not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances. And both sides need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half-time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United. And Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. A side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated at starting well, not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances. And both sides need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half-time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United. And Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. A side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated at starting well, not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances. And both sides need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half-time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United. And Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. A side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated at starting well, not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances. And both sides need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half-time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United. And Rotherham started the game the brighter as you would expect. A side who really have been excellent at home this season against a team not particularly good on their travels. But as the first half wore on, Cambridge started to see a lot more of the ball, precious few opportunities in front of goal. No real efforts on target to speak of. But from Rotherham's point of view, they'll be frustrated at starting well, not being able to carry that on. Cambridge, for all their possession and trying to get forward, they've not really created enough chances. And both sides need to improve in the second half. It's 0-0. Half-time at the New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United. And Rotherham started the game the
Right, let's take that one off. Blimey. Help. Welcome. I'll just get back in now. We were with Rotherham.
started the game the brighter as you would expect. A side who really have been excellent at home this season.
Nobody's
Let's say
watching
very
anyway.
welcome back to second half independent off-tube studio commentary from the game at the Seal New York Stadium, where it's goalless between Rotherham United and Cambridge United, and our referee Ross Joyce just final confirmation checking that it's 11 against 11 and we can get this second half underway. A second half which I expect to see more from Rotherham. Really, the home side started well but just sort of tailed off as the half wore on. Cambridge
Rotherham not doing very well. Burton 2,
really able to create
Reading nil.
a good clear-cut chance in front of goal. So wait and see how
Bolton
things
1,
pan out.
Northampton
Second
1,
half, there
and
was one change
Bolton went into
for,
lead, but
Cambridge at the break.
Northampton equalised.
Change for Rotherham before half-time.
Charlton 2,
Remind you of the 2-11s in a moment. As,
Bristol
Cambridge
Rovers 0,
all away from their own penalty area.
Exeter 0,
Kellan Watts,
Leighton Orient 4,
left-hand side. Hopefully was chasing that one, but it's easy.
Huddersfield 0, Birmingham 0.
So it is Dylan Phillips. Rotherham are back four of Joe Rafferty, Hakeem Odafin, Zach Jules and Reece James. The three in midfield are Joe Powell, Cameron Humphreys,
62% possession to
for Alex McDonald in the
to
first
Birmingham.
half. The three attacking players are Louis Sibley, Malik Wilkes and Andre Green. Cambridge United is Jack Stevens in goal. Substitution.
Blackpool are winning away
Attacking for Rotherham, a ball over the top, and it gets through to Wilkes, but his strike
at Hull
is a
City.
effort, really, a straight goal. It is an effort on target, but it was never going to be a problem for Jack Stevens in the Cambridge goal. It's a back three of
That
Kellan
goal
Watts,
was a
Michael
Fletcher
Morrison,
shot
and now
on
James Gibbons,
32
who comes on
minutes, so
for, Jibril
not so
Bakadira
far
at
late on.
half-time. The four in midfield are Liam Bennett, Jordan Cousins, James Brophy and Danny Andrew with
Peterborough 1, Wigan 0,
and Ryan Loft as the three
Rotherham 0, Cambridge 0, but Cambridge are, I would say, slightly on top there.
Get a shot away though, and it's going to be a free kick to Cambridge in midfield. As a challenge there from Odafin. Odafin brings a free kick to Cambridge. They'll be very glad to hear the referee's whistle there. There's a couple of good half chances for Rotherham early on in this second half, which they're showing us the first effort now, which was the strike on goal.
Mansfield 0,
straight down the middle, really.
Crawley 0, but really Crawley are putting up a good fight at Mansfield.
Just to say that it is now half time in the game between Huddersfield and Birmingham City. It is still 0-0 in that one. Slowly now, second half, so restarting across League One.
League 2, Bradford 1, Morecambe 0, Accrington 0, Cheltenham 0, Chesterfield 1, 10-man Bromley 0, Crewe Alexander 1, Wimbledon 0, Fleetwood still 2-0 up at home to Walsall, Grimsby 0, Gillingham 1, Milton Keynes 1, Harrogate 0, Notts County 1, Carlisle 0, Salford 1, Newport 1, and Swindon 0, Tranmere 1. And up in the Championship, of course, against the run of play, Portsmouth 0, Millwall 1.
Long ball now from Dylan Phillips up towards the edge of the Cambridge penalty area. It's headed away back into the danger zone. This time it's Morrison with the header. It's third ball back into the Cambridge penalty area, and this time it's Watts with the header, but it goes back towards his keeper just to try and defuse the situation.
Have a look at the
To have a goal on the board.
a little bit further behind on this one.
4-0 down at half-time.
Crawley are
now, so slowly
back
but
with the
surely
ball
reducing
again.
the arrears in that game. Now, we have the ball as it's down the right-hand side here. Gibbons with the ball. It's
Mansfield intercept that one.
Stokes
But,
as well to take it down.
What
And
can
it's,
they do with it?
Kachunga at the edge of the area, drops the shoulder, breaks into box. He goes for goal. What a lovely finish. Absolutely nowhere, and Cambridge United take the lead. And it's Loft with the strike.
Rotherham 0,
Well with
Cambridge
the ball
1.
away into a